Hi, Kelsey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? I'm sorry. I'm very tired.
What time is it there now?
it's 10:57 a.m.
10:50. Oh, wow.
It's been a long week.
That's a bit early, isn't it? 10:57. Um,
Four there, right?
what time is it? Oh, it's 4 o'clock now. Well,
Yes. Yes.
3:57. Yeah. Hey. So, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm used to that.
You need to get your coffee? Or are you okay?
I
You,
have right here.
ah, right. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's make a start. Let's make a start. It's 4 o'clock. So welcome to Deep Stuff, Probe the Art on Deep Stuff Radio with Emmy Hickins and a lovely singer and a songwriter all the way from America, Kelsie Kimberlin. Hi, Kelsie.
Hi, thank you for having me. I am very excited to be here.
Welcome. So what's your stage name, Kelsie? Is it Kelsie Kimberlin?
Just Kelsie Kimberlin, my first and
Ah,
last name.
you've
Yeah.
kept it simple, aren't you? That's good. How did you get into music, Kelsey?
So I've been into music since a very young age. Well, I think it basically all started around 8 years old. I did this. I wrote a song for Yona Oko's. She did this program called the Legos program. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No, I
No.
haven't.
Well,
I'll
and
have-
I won a first prize in like the entire nation. So I ended up winning money from that, but you had to use it towards something creative. So I used the money to put myself into music lessons.
oh,
So that's what I did. But my dad has also been involved with music his entire life. So I kind of grew up listening to like my dad's version of like the Beatles and a bunch of rock and Muse and Rolling Stones. And then my mom was like 50 Cent, Eminem, things like that. So I had a very wide variety of music. Um, and then later on, my dad's like a huge Taylor Swift fan. So then we like discovered, basically went to drove to like Ohio and saw Taylor Swift perform in like a bar when I was really young. So really like inspired me when I was really young. So when I was 8, I pretty much started music, and then I went to this camp. It was called Camp Rock for Girls in New York,
right.
and you perform like your own song with a group, and you make your own song. You perform it live, um, basically for parents and whoever wants to come. So that's kind of how it started, and then I started writing music and putting out music when I was 15. And had some stalkers and stuff, so I stopped putting out music for a while, and I didn't come back till I was about 20. When COVID hit, I came back and started re-releasing music, and it picked up again, and now I'm keeping going.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right. I picked up on something that's serious there. You did say about stalkers. Well, I'm sorry you had a bad experience with stalkers. That's not something to be taken lightly. So yeah, sorry about that.
It's
Uh,
okay. I was also in high school, so there's just a lot
oh,
going on.
all right.
But I came back, and I love it, and I still continue to do music and make music, write music every day. I went to the studio still. I just never released anything. Um, so I never stopped making music and writing music. I just stopped putting it on YouTube for a really long time.
All right. Right. So, have you ever been in a girls' band?
Um, Not besides like that camp I went to.
Yeah, because I find that some people, when they start making music, they sort of start in a group and then they sort of break away from the group and start doing their own thing. That's why I was asking. Yeah.
No, I've kind of always been a solo artist, solo person. I do have a very big team around me that, of course, like helps with everything, and I
Right.
always have opinions, people around me, lyric changes, music changes. It's a team effort always, but and my dad helps me a lot with lyrics, and writing but I've never actually collaborated with other, like been in a girl band or been with another band or started with a band. So it's
Yeah.
just been
Now, that was the next question I was going to ask you. I was going to say, um, do you do everything as an act? Do you do your own songwriting? Do you then sing it yourself? But you just said your dad helps with your songwriting. Yeah. But other than your dad, is there anybody else that helps with the songwriting bit, or is it?
um not really. Honestly, it's mostly me. There's just sometimes, you're trying to get a sentence out of your head and you're like, how do you say this? How would you say this? Or something sounds a little weird. Sometimes we'll be in the studio and I have two people I work with called Larry and Steve, and they'll be like a lyric. I'll be like, that sounds weird, right, guys? It sounds weird. And everyone will throw out an idea and be like, what about this word instead? And I'm like, I like that one instead of that one. Yeah, that sounds better. Or
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna keep it this way. So that's really what I mean, like collaborative work and like if people help out and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I write and sing and do it all.
Oh, brilliant. So we're going to take a short break now. We'll be back shortly. Please don't go away. You're listening to Probably Act on Deepstuff Radio with myself, Emmy Hickens, and a lovely singer and a songwriter all the way from America, Kelsie Kimberlin. Right. So welcome back to Probably Act on Deepstuff Radio. Thanks for joining us again. You're listening to Probably Act on Deepstuff Radio with myself, Emmy Hickens, and a lovely, lovely singer and a songwriter all the way from America, Kelsie Kimberlin. So Kelsie, where'd you get your inspirations from when you're writing a song?
I think a lot of my inspiration comes from life experiences. I've had a lot of people tell me that I should write a book about my life and about everything. So a lot of my music comes from like just life in general and journaling and writing and of course like relationships, but I'll also have focused a lot about world issues and how I am half Ukrainian right now. So I have some songs out and I went to Ukraine in August and filmed some videos there and some of the worst atrocities like Bucha and Irpin. I got like special permission from the military to film with drones of buildings and rumbles and just showing what was going on there. So I kind of use like my like relationships and what I'm going through and all the craziness stuff that's going on in the world in my head, but I also use a lot of the music towards activism, towards like women's rights and like about the war that's going on right now in Ukraine and just everything really like that.
Yeah, can I just say it's not pleasant what's going on in Ukraine now, and it's just we all pray for peace, don't we? We pray for there's a lot of displaced people there, and there's a lot of obviously casualties, war casualties that we're also we're all praying for peace in Ukraine and everywhere else where there's conflict, but good. So you've obviously told us what inspires you to write a song. So have you done any covers?
I've only done one cover song my entire life, and it's on YouTube, and it's "Rooting for My Baby" by Miley Cyrus. It's a song that a lot of people have not heard by her, and I'm very surprised because I think it's like one of her best songs, personally.
Yeah.
I went to one of her concerts, and I thought she wasn't gonna sing it, and then she sang it like towards the very, very end, like the last 5 minutes of the concert, and I was like, oh my gosh, finally. So that's the one cover song I did, but when I covered it, I actually changed some of the music in the background.
Yeah.
And I kind of made it into my own. So when I covered it, I didn't really actually like completely copy it. I kind of made it into my own sound and what I wanted.
Oh.
And So I did it a little different than a cover song, but I guess I'd call it a cover song because it is her song, but I did make it into like my own as
Yeah,
well.
it's great. Do you know, it was instantly I picked up something from on what you just said, because you did a song that is not really popular. Is that's what I'm getting from there? It
Yeah.
is, yeah. My usually people would go for the popular ones, don't they? But when you do a song from an artist, well, you do cover an artist song that is not one of their heat songs, or not heat songs, but favorite songs. It takes courage, don't it?
Yeah. That's what my dad was saying too. He was like, "You sure you want to cover this one?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was one of my favorite songs at the times, and I thought I could do something really cool with it and make it sound different, make it sound like
Yeah,
just a little more me." And I think it could bring a lot more attention to the song.
yeah,
Um, and to be honest, I kind of like going against what most people like to do.
yeah. So I'm getting the impression that you like a good challenge.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's good. It's good as an artist because it sort of like makes you. It brings out the best in you. Do you know what I mean? It sort of it toughens you up. It makes you go beyond, well, go out of your comfort zone really to then try something that is, yeah.
You're
So,
right. Full
what
challenge.
style? What style would you say your music is? What? Well, uh, I don't want to mix up style with genre. So let's go with style first. So what style would you say your music is?
That's a great question because everyone's always asked what genre.
Yeah,
So if I could say kind of style, how would I describe my music? This is a question that always really stumps me because
yeah.
everything we do is very different. Um, I incorporate, I've incorporated banjos in like a
Right.
pop song. Um, I have had a real orchestra play on a couple of my songs. I've used real instruments mixed with fake instruments. Um, just piano, guitar, electric guitar. I've done rock, pop. I've added a little bit of country.
Yeah,
So I don't. So my thing, if I would say, I've mostly been trying to be pop. If we're gonna do genre, a pop
yeah,
genre.
yeah,
My style is kind of just what I'm feeling at the time and how I feel. What song sounds the best in which way,
yeah, yeah,
and I think it really depends on my mood that day. And sometimes we'll listen to a song and I'll do a song, say an example, we'll do a song really slow and it's like a really slow, like just piano melody song. We're singing it. And I'll
yeah.
hear it a week later and I'm like, we have to absolutely change this. This is gonna put me to sleep. This is a lullaby. We're not releasing this. This is being
Yeah.
completely redone. And everyone's like, oh my gosh. So
All right. So we're going to take a short break now. Please don't go away. You're listening to Probe the Act on Deep Stuff Radio with myself, Emmy Hickens, and our lovely guest singer, songwriter, all the way from America, Kelsie Kimberlin. So we'll be back shortly. Please don't go away. Welcome back to Probe the Act on Deep Stuff Radio with Emmy Hickens and our lovely singer and a songwriter, Kelsie Kimberlin, all the way from America. Kelsie, do you play any instruments?
yes, I do. I play guitar and piano. Um, I can play a little bit of banjo and a little bit of ukulele.
What?
So I find the banjo one when I tell people, everyone's like, "What did you just say?" Um, I used to play drums when I was younger.
Yeah? Wow.
Sure, I could pick it up again if I, you know, went in for it, but it really wasn't my thing.
No, no.
But
Yeah, I've always envied people that can play musical instruments. It's just I look at them like these are gods.
I'd really start with piano. I think piano is the one that eases you into everything else.
Yeah.
Say if you know how to play piano, I think you can pick up guitar like this.
Yeah. So what instrument would you say is best for writing a song? For some people would guitar and like you say, the piano, banjo. What would you say is the best for you?
For me, I
Yeah.
like the piano.
Right. Yeah.
I think that also the thing about the piano is that you can do a little bit more with it and it's easier.
Yeah.
And then you can incorporate, let's say you're playing just like an A chord, you can play it on the guitar, and then you could see how those like correspond with each other and how it sounds.
Yeah.
So that's just me personally, what I think works best. But there has been times where I've just been messing around with the guitar, or I still take guitar lessons to this day because I always like to better myself.
Yeah.
And I'll be playing something and I'm like, if we reverse this and did it like this could sound really cool. So I think it's really just in the moment, but piano, if I had to really say one.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's the best instrument. Well, in my opinion, that's one instrument that I kind of connect with, because I like slow, I also like country music, but the sound of the piano is just, it takes you to a different place altogether. I don't know about you, but yeah, it's just something about it, yeah. So this is the point where you get to tell us where our listeners can find you on socials. So your socials. So let's start with YouTube. How can we find you on YouTube, Kelsie?
Everything is just my first and last name, honestly. It's just, the thing is, my parents wanted to, I guess, to be different in some way.
Yeah.
And spell my name with a I-E instead of an E-Y. So I guess a lot of people, when they look me up, they write Kelsie with an E-Y instead of I-E. So that's just the one thing I always have to put out there. It's Kelsie for Kelsie. And then Kimberlin, my last name, Kimberlin.
Yeah. I get people sometimes, they say, oh yeah, I'm Caitlin, by the way, with a K. Yeah, who spells Caitlin with a K? You know what I mean? But yeah.
That's kind of what people have asked me about my name. So
yeah.
I guess that's just to put that out there, guys. It's an I-E, not an E-Y.
Yeah, so I-E, so it's Kelsie with an I-E, not a Y.
Yes.
not an E-Y or Y, yeah. Right. So we've talked about YouTube. Instagram is the same thing as well. So it's Kelsie Kimberlin with an I-E, guys. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get it wrong, it's an I-E. So tell us about your latest gig.
So are you talking about like what I'm working on right now, or
so like your latest live show performance gig,
So that actually is, it's a little bit in the works right now. I've done small showcases in like Nashville, and that was about it. And that was when I was really young. I am working on performing live soon, and that will be maybe at some conferences. And I can't really talk too much about that yet.
Yep.
But just know that I will probably be performing live in the next 6 months. That's what I'll say.
Brilliant. Just keep us.
And we're hoping for that. So
yeah, keep us there. So we're going to take a short break now. I'll be back shortly. You're listening to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with a lovely singer and a songwriter, also a musician, plays a lot of the instruments, Kelsie Kimberlin. We'll be back shortly. Please don't go away. So welcome back to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with myself, Emmy Hickins, the host, and a lovely singer and a songwriter. I can't say that enough. She's just lovely singer and a songwriter, Kelsie Kimberlin, all the way from America. So Kelsie with an I-E, please, guys.
Thank
You're looking
you.
at it up on the socials. Yeah, we've got to emphasize that, aren't we? So your song "Parking Lot," it's got a bit of in a really, really good way. I love it. It's got a bit of like a Hispanic bit, like a Hispanic undertone tone to it. How did you come up with that?
So originally it was kind of almost like a rocky song, like
Right,
rock sounding. And we were like, I sent it to my friend Pedro, who's also he's one of our producers as well, and he also writes and sings music. And um, we came up with this idea. I've been to, I don't know if you know this, but I've been to Colombia, I think about 3 times now,
right. I
and it's
saw
one of
that.
my
I saw
favorite
that
places.
somewhere on your YouTube. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. So I actually just I filmed last summer. I think it was I filmed parking lot and 2 other music videos down there in
Right.
different parts of Colombia. I stayed there for 2 weeks. Um, so we came up with this idea. We were like, why don't we try like Latin kind of like nightclub ish kind of vibes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's try it. Let's see how it's gonna sound. So we kind of came up with this idea of mixing like Latin American music together with some pop, and I kind of liked it. I was like, this is something I could see like people actually dancing to, and it wouldn't be boring, and you could like listen to it at night. Um, and you're dancing, and I don't know if you've ever been to out in Colombia at night, or been to Colombia, but
Yeah.
it got a crazy nightlife.
Of
Um,
it.
so we both were like, yeah, let's do this, and so we put it together, and he actually he raps on the song with me, and that's how we came up with that.
Ah, it's when I had to listen to it, I got a feel of sort of like what's this Hispanic rapper? What's his name? Dear me.
I'm bad with names, good with faces.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, me too. I just had it just now. Anyway, but I got the feel like it's kind of vibe, like the sort of thing that he would sort of want to throw a rap on. Yeah, yeah. You should sell it to him. Just say, hey, do you want to collab on it? Yeah. I think he'll jump on it. It's really good. Parking lot. Guys, you should check it out, Parking Lot. It's on YouTube. I think it's on Spotify as well. I can't remember.
Yes, it's on
Yes. So
Spotify
it's on
and
Spotify and all the major online stores, music stores. It's online. So you want to check it out. Yeah, it's really good. I had a listen myself and I love it.
thank
Right.
you.
So name two of your songs that you really, really love at the moment.
At the moment, I would say Spoof I Wonder.
Right.
And I would say, gosh, I like all of them. I'd say Parking Lot right now because I'm coming out with an EP,
Oh,
and I think and soon, so that will be something, guys, that will be coming up. And I had to choose a short list, and I can say one name that will be on there will be Parking Lot, but the rest will be unheard.
all
So,
right. Okay.
but if I could say one that's my favorite, is actually it's one I just recorded and I just wrote, but it's not out yet. I think that might be my favorite one out of everything that I've written so far.
Wow. I
But
find I find that when I talk to artists, it's always the latest project that is, on their mind, sort of,
mhm.
because it's fresh. I don't know if it's because it's fresh or it's something that, because once you release it and it's out there, you're thinking of the next thing, then next project, and that's what gets stuck in there in your head. So yeah, right. So we'll be looking forward to that. That's good. So, besides your own music and besides your own, the main genre that you write in, what would be your next genre that you would say wanna? Because I don't know if you've seen this. It's been on the news lately where Beyonce is then gone and done country.
I saw that, I heard it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Um,
Go on.
I don't know. I feel like I'm switching it up all the time, you know, because if you look, I released Armageddon. It was really rocky and harsh, and then I released one that was me singing very sweetly, and then we have this Latin pop one. Um, I don't know where we're going next. The last one it was more of a storyline. I can say that it was storyline and piano-ish, really just on the piano, singing and very just monotone.
Yeah.
Um, I never know where I'm going. I really couldn't answer that question for you.
Yeah.
I've done country before though. I just haven't released it. And I
There you
love
go.
country music. I listen to it to myself now.
Yeah, there you
Uh,
go. There you go. Good, because you mentioned Nashville, and I thought, and I straight away, I don't know about you, but I I I normally associate Nashville with country music. Is that the same everywhere in America as well?
Mostly, yeah. But I
Yeah.
think when you go down there, you know, they have the Rock Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So they have a lot. It's definitely associated with being country and wearing the cowboy boots and the cowboy hats, and you know, people go there for their bachelorette parties and they all dress as cowgirls and cowboys. But I'd also say that's where a lot of rock music came from too.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
because Dolly Parton, I think it was a few months back, if I'm not wrong. It could be last year, but at some point she said she was gonna um try something in rock music, try to do something with rock music. I don't know. Did you hear about that?
I haven't heard about that, but
All
maybe
right, yeah, you should
about
Google
that.
it. And I saw it, and I'm like, everyone's challenging themselves now. You know, it's like I've got to do something different. I wonder what Cardi B will be doing next. She'll probably be doing, you know, rock music or something. I'm
That
joking.
would be very interesting, and I would actually kind of like to hear that.
I'm joking. So I'm gonna take a short. We're gonna take a short break now. I'll be back shortly. You're listening to Probe the Art on Deep Stuff Radio with Emmy Hickens and a lovely singer, songwriter, and a musician, Kelsie Kimberlin, all the way from America. We'll be back shortly. Please don't go away. All right, so welcome back to Probe the Art on Deep Stuff Radio with myself, Emmy Hickens, the host, and a lovely singer and a songwriter and a musician, all the way from America, Kelsie Kimberlin. So what are your biggest fears going forward for the future?
Hmm. I think it would be that, you know, not being able to make this a full-time career out of it. I think that would be my biggest fears is, you know, the world's always changing, music's always changing, and, you know, a lot of people get like their big break and they're able to make it and they're able to do what they love and keep doing it. But my fear is maybe I won't I won't break out and I won't be able to do what I love for the rest of my life and then be stuck in an office job and oh gosh. I can't, I'm not one of those people, and so I'm
Yeah,
really hoping to really like make this into a full-time career and get out of college. I'd really like to get out of college.
I could, I
I
could, I could actually see that happening for you.
thank you.
Yeah, I could really see that happening for you because, one, you've got the looks. Two, not one, sorry. Um, yeah, one, one, you're a good songwriter. Two, you're a good singer. Three, you've got a drive. And four, you've got the looks for it. So, you know,
I appreciate
yeah,
it.
I could really. Sorry, I said one, you got the looks. That's just
No,
that came out. That
you
came
hear
out.
my dad laugh over there.
Totally wrong. Totally wrong. I don't want people watching it and thinking, did you just say that?
No, no, you're okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Boosted my
Right,
confidence.
right. So, you have anybody you want to give a shout out to? Producers, camera guys, whatever. Go for it.
I just want to say thank you to my entire team, and honestly, mainly my dad. He's the reason that all of this is even possible. That I'm even able to make music, go into the studio. He funds it for me. He helps me with it. And you know, he's there every day, listening, every day looking at YouTube to make sure I don't see the mean comments and all that. If there is a mean comment, it protects me from that. So pretty much thank you to all that. But also I'd like to thank like everyone for listening, and my fans and people who support me every day through my Instagram and YouTube, and they like and they comment on the videos, and that's you guys are the most important ones to me, because without fans and without people listening, I would be nowhere. And so thank you. And also thank you for interviewing me, and also having interviews like this means a lot to me, because I'm like, wow, people are listening.
Yeah, it's
like,
good.
Talk to me? That's weird.
I mean that's one thing about the music business, and it's the amount of support that you have behind. That's what really propels you, don't it? If you have to do it all on your own, you will still get there, but it might take a bit longer to get there. So it's good that you've got your dad, you know, because what he's gonna give you is unconditional. It's not like, oh, I've got to make money or whatever. He's just doing it because, you know, purely out of love. So brilliant. Yeah, he's been the one chasing it up. He'll text me back. He'll you know, say whatever I need, he'll send me back. You know, so yeah. So just tell him I said. Yeah, so just tell him I said thank you for that. Right, so you've been listening to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Kelsie Kimberlin. Remind me of where in America you're from. Is it Washington D.C? Is that correct?
Washington D.C.
That's it. I had it in my head, and I'm thinking it could be Washington D.C. Yeah, right. So, thanks for watching. You've been listening to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with myself, Emma Hickins, and our lovely guest, singer and a songwriter and a musician, Kelsie Kimberlin, all the way from America, Washington, D.C. to be precise. So join us again for another episode of Probe the Act, and goodbye.